Hello everyone, I'm Radhika Dubey. I'm a student of GAVI Public School, Sahibabad, a school where we put into sections based on our aptitude and skills. Our sections aren't the regular ABC. Instead, we have Ingenium, Neoterics, and so on. I belong to the Ingeniums, where we are ingenious students working on ingenious projects, like this one. We've taken up International Monetary Fund's chief economist, Gita Gopinath, for a case study. I'm going to talk about her journey from a young Malayali girl to International Monetary Fund's chief economist, her achievements, major highlights of her career focusing on her success and setbacks, her speciality, and learnings and takeaway from her life. First of all, what is the International Monetary Fund? The International Monetary Fund is an international financial institution headquartered in Washington, D.C., consisting of 190 countries, working to foster global monetary cooperation, secure financial stability, facilitate international trade, and promote high employment and sustainable economic growth, and reduce poverty around the world. Formed in 1944, started on 27 December 1945 at the Bretton Woods Conference primarily by the ideas of Harry Dexter White and John Maynard. It came into formal existence in 1945 with a 29 member countries and the goal of reconstructing the international monetary system. It now plays a central role in the management of balance of payments difficulties and international financial crisis. Countries contribute funds to a pool through quota system from which countries experiencing balance of payments problem can borrow money. As of 2016, the fund has XDR 477 million or billion through the fund and other activities such as gathering of statistics and analysis, surveillance of the members' economies, and demand of particular policies. The IMF works to improve the economies of the member countries. The organization's objectives stated in the Articles of Agreement are to promote international monetary cooperation, international trade, high employment, exchange rate stability, sustainable economic growth, and making resources available to member countries in financial difficulty. International Monetary funds come from two major sources: quotas and loans. Quotas, which are pooled from the funds of member nations, generate most IMF funds. The size of member quota depends on its economic and financial importance in the world. Nations with greater economic significance have larger quotas. The quotas are increased periodically as a means of boosting IMF resources in form of special drawing rights. Gita Gopinath, who is now the International Monetary Fund's chief economist, was born on 8 December 1971 in Calcutta, India, in a Malayali family. She is the younger of two daughters of TV Gopinath and VC Vijayalakshmi. She was barely 7 when her enthusiastic father arranged vegetables on a table in groups to help her understand the concept of multiplication. Today, what she brings to the table will impact the world economy. The International Monetary Funds, or the IMF, used to be known for its unwavering advocacy of Washington Consensus, a set of free market policies including free capital flows and fiscal consolidation. Today, it is a little more introspective, or perhaps open-minded. On October 1st, the fund announced that Gita Gopinath, a professor at Harvard University, will soon replace Maurice Obstfeld as its top economist. The appointment of India-born Gita Gopinath as International Monetary Fund's chief economist had made the Indians proud. The 46-year-old's journey from a middle-class Mysore girl to a world-class economist is a saga of hard work, focus, grit, and breeding intellectual leadership. Gita Gopinath is the Economic Counselor and Director of the Research Department at International Monetary Fund. She is on leave of public service from Harvard University's Economics Department, where she is the Professor of International Studies and Economics. Gopinath studied at Nirmala Convent School in Mysore. Gita, who loved athletics, surprised everyone when she quit sports to focus on her studies. She said that sports was a tricky affair. Unless you're number one in India, you're nobody. But if you tend to come first or second in a university, you could be somebody big. Gita, who used to score 45% in class 7, started scoring 90%. After school, Gita joined Mahajana PU College in Mysore and pursued science. Later, though her marks were good enough for engineering and medicine, she decided to pursue BA honors in economics. Gita had a short stint for learning the guitar and participating in a fashion show, but she gave it all up for her focus on studies. Gita chose economics to pursue a career in civil services. Like every middle class parent, her parents thought that she should study medicine at first. Later, they decided against it. Geeta's father wanted her to appear for the civil services exam. At the same time, he asked Geeta to apply to Lady Shri Ram College for Women, LSR, Delhi, since it had been ranked the best for economics. She qualified, even after downgrading the science marks by 10%. Even though she found her transition from science to economics pretty tough, and that all her classmates and batchmates had studied economics from leading colleges in the metros, she topped all the 3 years. She topped the Delhi University and created quite a flutter by bagging the gold medal, as LSR had beaten St. Stephen's for the first time and just by 2 marks. She took her MA degree in economics from Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi, in 1994. She completed her MA degree from the University of Washington in 1996. She earned her PhD in economics from Princeton University in 2001 after completing a doctoral dissertation titled Three Essays on International Capital Flows, a search theoretic approach. Focusing her research on finance and macroeconomics, Gita Gopinath was named as a tenured professor at Harvard University's economics department. She was then appointed as chief economist of the International Monetary Fund, also known as the IMF, in October 2018. Talking about her achievements, Gita Gopinath has been published widely in economic journals and has received numerous honors and titles. In 2011, Gopinath was chosen as the Young Global Leader by the World Economic Forum, referred to as WEF. She was named one of the top 25 economists under the age of 45 by IMF in 2014. In 2017, she received the Distinguished Alumnus Award from the University of Washington. At the age of 47, Gita Gopinath was appointed the Economic Counselor and Director of the IMF's Research Department by MD Christine Lagarde. That year, she was also elected a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and the Econometric Society. In 2019, Foreign Policy named her one of the top global thinkers of the year. The Indian government awarded her the Pravasi Bharati Samman, the highest honor conferred to overseas Indians. She was awarded the Princeton Woodrow Wilson Fellowship Research Award while doing her doctoral dissertation at Princeton. We are all aware of the fact that one has to face a lot of obstacles to achieve what they aspire for. So we're going to talk about major highlights while focusing on her success and setbacks. Looking at her successes first, regardless of the fact that she did not come from an economics background and had changed multiple career paths, she competed well with her batchmates and classmates and bagged gold medals all the 3 years. She became the first woman and the second Indian after Nobel laureate Amartya Sen to become a permanent member of the Harvard's economics department. Now, as a chief economist, Geeta's responsibility was to provide independent advice to the fund, and Geeta failed to finding appropriate solutions to the issues. In 2019, the global economy slowed down by 3%, and Geeta failed to find a suitable solution to fix this. Also, she took up BA economics in order to crack the IS exam, but again, she failed to do so, which is why she carried on further with economics. Ms. Gopinath specializes in international fund and macroeconomics. Her research on the same has been published in top economic journals along with other articles on exchange rates, trade and investment, international finance crisis, and so on. Gita inherits that spirit to fight the odds. In a few months into her PhD, her professor felt that she deserved to study in the top schools. He gave Gita letters of recommendation to 3 schools, including Harvard and Princeton, and said that she was one of the best students the university has had in 20 years. He also wrote to the university senate to confer her an MA, although she fell short of its requirements by 6 months. Gita has been an inspiration for millions out there. She teaches us how not to give up even in the tough times. She took up a male dominated field during times where women are generally suppressed, which shows that how one should rise against the odds in order to achieve what they've dreamt of. Even though she now lives in Boston as the International Monetary Fund's chief economist, she visits India quite a few times each year and is still connected to her roots. There's a lot one can learn from her. That was my time. Thank you.